nooks have 6 frames of brood. That's a queen with eggs and larvae. We checked them and they're very healthy. So we're putting them into this frame to give them more room. So there'll be 12 frames in this. I'm putting in 6 extra, and they should take off. So I'm just going to give them a bit of smoke first to whiten them down a bit. After years of reintroduction of bees back into the monastery town.
God bless them. Well, sometimes the brothers had them here.
And these are Irish black bees, mellifera mellifera. They're the black bees donated from the club in Ballyhonus, County Mayo, up the road, and from myself. Two colonies. So I'm going to give them a puff first. Are you ready, sir?
Here.
Puffer. Is it light? It is, yeah. That's controllable. Here. Right into it now. See, what happens is when you leave them closed, they build up wax and you have to break the seal. You know, break the seal in them. See? Nothing there now. Right there. Right in there. Okay. They're nice and quiet. They are actually nice and quiet. They'll bring it over now. So they're grand and quiet for the moment. Just give them a puff. There's plenty of feed there, Tom. You can feel the way to that frame. Feel it. That's honey.
Oh, right.
Leave it down. And I want to put the two of them close by so that we don't lose the queen. See, Tom, see the larvae? Here, that's larvae. That's capped brood, all that brown stuff. See the larvae in there?
Oh, yeah.
See the larvae, the
Yeah, I
maggots?
see it there, yeah.
This is honey around the end.
Yeah.
So they have plenty of feed. So they're a healthy. We might actually spot the queen because she's marked, but I haven't seen her yet. And if we don't, I'm not going to bother because the main thing is not to stress them. That's a good frame of bees now, isn't it? And brood.
And a brood.
See all the brood in that. So
yeah.
they have 3,000. She lays 3,000 a day, 2,500 eggs a day.
Wow.
So you can imagine in a week. See all the larvae
brood
there.
Yeah.
And the honey around the side. And there are eggs there, so we've a laying queen there.
Excellent.
So there are eggs, the eggs change into larvae in 3 days. So if you've eggs, you know there's a queen there within the last 3 days. So, and usually most of the action is in the middle of the hive. They're quiet enough now. See the way they've drawn the frame. See the way they've drawn it.
They've been brought out.
Yeah, ready for action.
So they're ready to start producing
and
honey.
they've actually plenty of room and they've plenty of feed for themselves there.
And they're not very angry, Mick. They're not. They're quiet. They're very quiet.
Because if they didn't have a queen, they wouldn't be quiet. They'd be upset. They'd be agitated. When the queen is there, you can usually tell when there's a queen because they're quiet. If they'd be pissed off if the queen is gone, you know.
Upset, Mick.
Pissed off, Tom, in bee terminology. So that's the main part in now, right?
Okay.
So, in case to get the rest of them in, it's the Connemara method, right? You simply do.
That now has upset them a little bit.
No, that's pissed them off. Any opportunity, they'll just fill us with wax.
Why are these fellas up here now?
Because what they do is when you try to move them, they think they're being robbed. So they gorge themselves with honey for the few minutes until they settle down. That's what they're doing. They're gorging themselves with honey. And
So do we see the tops of them now? Is that cleaned off the top so that we can remove
no, that's
that?
fine now. No, what we do is,
They're not very cosmic. I thought they'd be worse.
no, we might still put the queen excluder on, Tom.
Yeah.
So for the moment, no, we leave it off. We put the cover. This is a cover board. We're going to feed them for a few days, and we're going to leave the honey, the honey super off for another week or two. And there's a Mike. See that white thing with that feeder over? Will you bring us over that feeder there? And we'll feed them a little bit of sugar and water just to keep them happy for the moment. So they're actually they're nice and quiet, aren't you, Vincent?
But yeah, simple transition.
So this is the traditional Irish black bee, and
Excellent.
we've another colony here. Thanks, Tom. This goes on top like this. So I see this hole here.
Yeah.
This goes there.
All right, yes.
Now this is what I mean about.
See this here.
That's cool. That's what I mean. They fill every space they have. If you leave a frame out,
Yeah.
they'll fill us with this stuff,
Okay.
the comb. And see,
Yeah.
they filled all that space with us. Just any dead space at all, they fill us with that. That's,
There's blue buttons
now,
over there.
you don't leave that there because
Right. What do you do with that?
you take it away
Okay.
because they'll
There's honey and everything in there.
there's honey and everything there. There is, yeah.
Oh, somebody knocked down the ladybird.
There's a bit of smoke there. You see them shooting down. Here, where do you see them going down there?
Oh, look at that.
Off they go. There's a little, yeah.
Now this is the feed here. Now.
Yeah, no, this is the little thing I just cleaned. Where is it going to? Oh, there it is. Okay, pour it in there.
I pour it around it here.
So this is water and sugar, sugary water. And you only feed, we're only going to feed them for about a week. Give them plenty.
We used to use that instead of Brill cream make years ago. The water and the sugar and the hair.
So we're just going to feed them for a week
Going to
because
the dish cup.
if you leave them with this stuff, with sugar and water, they'll take it down as honey. They convert it to watery honey, which is what the usual stuff you buy in the shops is.
Right.
It's not the pure thing. And so we put the cap on now. So that's one. And what you got to do, Vincent, is write down today's date, and we say we have
If you can't
6
forget the
frames,
date, it's
of,
long
5
as
frames
it
of
is.
brood. You write everything down. We put the cover on it now. There. That's it. And you might make a felt cover for that, Tom. I don't know if it. That's it.
Well, thanks very much, Mick, and a big thank you to the beekeepers of East Mayo
Yes.
for breeding these native. They're a native bee. They're what we had here for centuries, and they're back in again.
Now we've just delivered 2 colonies of bees to the monastery in Achill from East Mayo. Irish black bees, mellifera mellifera. And they say about the bees, a swarm in May is worth the field of hay. A swarm in June is worth the silver scoop. And a swarm in July isn't worth the fly. There you have it, Tom.
Thank you.
Ancient beekeepers saying.